92 News at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, in the growing aftermath of the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade, Governor Mills has signed an executive order to ensure access to abortion in Maine and to protect healthcare clinicians who provide abortion services.
The executive order prohibits Maine state agencies from cooperating with another state's investigation into a person, organization, or healthcare provider for delivering abortion care in Maine. It also directs state agencies to conduct a review of laws and regulations for barriers to reproductive health care, and under the law, works to remove or minimize those barriers. Finally, the order makes clear that the governor will exercise her authority within the law to decline extradition attempts from other states pursuing criminal charges against a person for receiving or performing abortion care. In a statement, the governor said, quote, "A woman's right to choose is just that. A woman's, not a politician's." This executive order makes clear that access to reproductive health care and the health care providers who offer it will be protected by my administration, end quote.
Meanwhile, officials say a fire that destroyed a detached garage and required full mutual aid to fight was accidental. Dedham Fire Chief Craig Shane says the department responded to a report of a fire outside by the garage at 103 Herd Point Road around 9:45 p.m. The fire was quickly upgraded to a working building fire, and full mutual aid was requested. When crews arrived, they found heavy fire from all sides of the large 2.5-story detached garage. Chief Shane says multiple lines were stretched to protect the home as well as surrounding woods from the spreading fire. Crews were able to extinguish the fire and clear the scene at around 1 a.m. The garage is considered a total loss, but the house was saved, experiencing only minor siding and window damage. This fire has been investigated by the Maine Fire Marshal's office, and it was ruled accidental and not the result of any discharge of fireworks.
Well, Portland police rushed to help a shooting victim last night in a neighborhood that's become notorious for violence, especially on the 4th of July. It happened around 11 o'clock last night in Kennedy Park off Franklin Avenue. As Brad Rogers shows us, the large crowd then targeted police officers with fireworks.
The first officers on the scene found a man lying here with a gunshot wound. They immediately started to render first aid. At the same time, the crowd nearby turned their attention to officers, became hostile, and started shooting fireworks at them.
I know that they were coming over the roof.
You can still see where a crowd launched fireworks at Portland police officers shortly after the shooting in Kennedy Park.
I didn't know there was a shooting.
I just assumed that it may have been fireworks because they were going pop, pop, pop.
Police say several officers were hit with sparks from fireworks intentionally aimed at them. In response, police shot non-lethal pepper balls into the crowd targeting them to counter the, quote, potential deadly force being used against officers, medics, and dozens of innocent bystanders.
I was really terrified for the police.
This neighbor, who did not want to be identified, says police showed great restraint.
They tried to get the kids to go back down into the park. They should be commended for doing what they did and trying to keep the control of the crowds. And then I saw them take one person in the ambulance.
The 35-year-old shooting victim, Bashir Hassan of Portland, was taken to Maine Medical Center and is in stable condition. The person who reported the shooting told police as Hassan laid on the ground, a group of people kept beating him before police got there.
It happens every year. Every 4th or the next day.
Police say this same time last year, 10 shots were fired in Kennedy Park. No gunshot victims were found, but an unruly crowd again shot fireworks at police.
You wonder, you walk on eggshells, you wonder what's going to go on here.
Lee White and others believe most of the violent troublemakers don't live here.
Some of these kids come from different neighborhoods that came here.
Neighbors say Kennedy Park has become a dangerous place on the 4th of July, and they want something done about it before anyone else gets hurt.
Hopefully they find the person that did that.
Right now, investigators are trying to identify the gunman. Police describe him as a heavy-set black male about 6 feet tall. If you have any information about this, you're asked to call Portland Police.
That was Brad Rogers reporting. The State Fire Marshal's office has made an arrest in a 5-year-old arson case in Farmington. According to Maine Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss, investigators from the Fire Marshal's office arrested 34-year-old Kurt Searles of Phillips on Friday. He was arrested at his home without incident. Searles was charged with arson and conspiracy to commit arson in connection to a fire at the Falls General Store in April 2017. The store was located at 176 Croswell Road in Farmington and has since been demolished. Searles was transported to the Franklin County Jail, and his bail was set at $5,000 cash. The arrest follows a 5-year investigation by the fire marshal's office. Moss says some new information helped investigators move the case forward.
Well, a Skowhegan man charged with lying to obtain a business loan from the Paycheck Protection Program entered a guilty plea in federal court in Bangor today. Nathan Reardon pleaded guilty to 5 counts of bank fraud. The indictment states Reardon allegedly submitted fraudulent applications for PPP loans and direct loans from the Small Business Administration. The Justice Department says he also provided false information on those applications.
Bangor police are looking for 2 missing young people who left their home on Sunday morning and have not returned. Bangor Police Sergeant Wade Better says 17-year-old Charity Bell and 15-year-old Madison Trotter left on foot and are believed to be traveling together. Better says the 2 have connections in the greater Portland and Lake region area. Anyone with information is asked to call their local law enforcement agency.
Well, Augusta police have confirmed a missing family has been found and they are safe. On Friday, police responded to Glen Ridge Drive after reports of suspicious activity. Police suspected 5 people were missing, and officers asked for the public's assistance to verify the Hilfe family's safety. Augusta police have now confirmed all missing persons have been located, but they did not provide any details surrounding the alleged suspicious activity.
As we turn our attention to the outdoors today, things much cooler now than they were earlier today. It was a pretty warm one out there.
Starting to feel a little bit of sprinklage outside as well. It's a good
term right there.
It's an important term. It's a meteorological term. Sprinklage.
It is. That's how you know it's about to start.
You heard it here, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know what comes after sprinklage.
I'll think of it during the weathercast and let you know. All right. Well, in the meantime, let's take a first look at our forecast.
Thank you, Beth. And our first weather is brought to you by GRF Real Estate Company. So really warm temperatures out there. Once again, we're on a roll here with those upper 70s and 80s here in Bangor. A couple of 80s even to the north of us, some 70s closer to the coast. But we can't have the best of both worlds. I know we have some rain out there right now across the state. Most of this will continue to fill in throughout the next couple of hours, and that will be continuing throughout the overnight hours once again into tomorrow morning. The winds are another story out there. It is a little bit more on the calm end right now. Still a little bit breezy closer to the coast as Bar Harbor is coming in at a 10-mile-per-hour wind speed. But here in Bangor, we'll continue to have some rainfall and temperatures cooling off in the 60s. Beth?
I guess you won't have to listen to your calming app or whatever app you use to play rain sounds to lull yourself to sleep. We'll have it live tonight.
That's right. Maybe crack your window for a little extra added effect.
Let it breathe in.
Yeah,
yes.
Indeed. All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. With an alarming rise in substance abuse comes another issue, a surplus of used needles.
And Husson University recently launched a new 4-year degree program providing the opportunity to help protect Maine's natural resources. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Taking on the day, taking care of family, taking care of the hard work. For all that you take care of, now's the time to take care of you. At Northern Light Health, we make that easy for you to do through accessible care, telehealth, and by making healthcare work hard for the people who work hard for Maine. Take care of yourself today at northernlighthealth.org.
The most talented home cooks return.
There's someone from every season.
This is MasterChef Back to Win.
Don't miss all new episodes Wednesday, only on Fox.
Hi, I'm Joe Cortez. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we saw some rain last night. Hopefully that's it for the week. Devin Biggs will have our weekday forecast. Plus, Howard has a new dish for Mr. Food. We'll see what's cooking. And Dave Peck joins us for the latest in local sports. We'll have all this and more local news. See you soon.
With the ongoing and alarming rise in substance abuse comes another issue, a surplus of used needles and syringes being found around Bangor. But residents have different ideas about whether enough is being done about it. Our Matthew Juranczyk has the latest.
Bangor residents say there is a concerning rise in the amount of needles and syringes being left behind on street corners, in parks, and in front of homes. Health Equity Alliance Communications Manager Jill Henderson says there are a variety of factors causing this problem.
There can be lots of different reasons to see different levels of syringe waste in communities. Those things can be related to the access people have to dispose of syringes properly. Things like syringe exchanges and community sharps boxes go a very long way in giving people an access to getting rid of those syringes properly.
Even though the state is receiving $2 million from the Department of Labor to address this issue, citizens think not enough is being done.
It was just last Wednesday, so less than a week ago today, I was walking by 16 Central Street, which is right behind you, and there were 4 syringes that were laying in the open on the ground just steps away from the sidewalk. I talked to Public Works. They said it's not on the sidewalk, it's not our problem.
There are sharp boxes within the city of Bangor, located at the 2nd Street Park, the Kendusky Stream, and the Broad Street Park. Despite those measures, David Wade said he's concerned about his kids in this kind of environment.
And I was scared, because I have a 4-year-old, and I worried that maybe he could pick it up and, get a transmissible disease, hepatitis, HIV.
However, Henderson is confident that sharp boxes are the best resources to combat the ongoing situation.
First of all, sharps boxes are really important because it means people don't have to carry syringe waste around with them as long. It's where people can dispose of them properly but not have to take up usable spaces.
Those who have found a needle or syringe on the ground should call the Maine Heal Center at 207-990-3626, where they will properly and safely take you step by step on how to properly dispose of the needles and syringes at the nearest drop-off location. Reporting from Bangor, Matthew Juranczyk, ABC 7, Fox 22.
Well, the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade could put other laws in jeopardy. Some same-sex couples are now concerned their marriages and more could be on the line next. Mal Meyer has more on how families are preparing themselves.
Maine has some of the strongest protections that we found.
Bethany Smith and her wife, Brianna Dim, are moving to Maine for a job offer. Having LGBT rights and state law was a big factor in their decision.
It seems like the trend is the Supreme Court sends things back to the states and lets them make the decision.
That's what the justices essentially decided by overturning Roe versus Wade. But in Justice Clarence Thomas's opinion, he also suggested cases involving same-sex relationships and marriages should be revisited.
It's disappointing. It's disheartening. My wife and I are at a point where we're talking about starting a family, and there are just so many things in there that make us worried.
It became a reality that we might be next.
Wyndham resident Stephanie Clark and her wife Laura have 2 young kids.
We're both on our kids' birth certificates, but we've been told in the community that that's not a legal document. That's not enough.
That is true, according to experts, including the New England-based GLBTQ Legal Advocates and Defenders, or GLAD. They say a birth certificate is not a legal judgment establishing parentage and could be vulnerable to a legal challenge.
We now have the task of adopting our own children.
That is one route, because an adoption decree is final and cannot be undone. There's also a parentage judgment through the courts, and another option in Maine to protect your parental rights could be a voluntary acknowledgement of parentage.
It's our family. We need to protect ourselves legally since our country doesn't want to.
That was Mal Meyer reporting. Well, there's been a growing trend around the country of high school graduates choosing not to attend college, and the University of Maine says they're seeing a similar pattern. Undergraduate enrollment across the country has declined by 1.4 million students. Robert Placido of the University of Maine System says they've seen a 3.4% decrease in fall enrollment from 2017 to 2021. This year, 25,882 students were admitted to the fall semester at UMaine, but only 4,041 enrolled so far. He says the university is working to recover from the enrollment declines by making more investments.
We are investing millions in the student experience. We're building new dorms, investing in our labs, renovating and updating facilities. We're also addressing the decline in the Maine's high school population in several ways. There's just the fact that we have a smaller population, we have to do things differently.
Placido says declining enrollment may be a result of several factors, including COVID-19, political pressures, wars, and inflation.
Boston University recently launched a new 4-year degree program that will give folks the opportunity to work in a field that protects Maine's natural resources. Our Sierra Jordan explains.
If you have any ideas of becoming a game warden, park or forest ranger, or anything related to conservation law enforcement, Hudson University might be the right call for you.
A truly important career, and hope we can give them the tools to go out and start a career and make a true difference.
Hudson University will be launching a 4-year degree program in conservation law this fall. Director of Hudson School and Legal Studies, John Michaud, says students will be learning topics that wouldn't normally be covered in typical law programs.
We took what I think is a very strong criminal justice program, and we added 6 or 7 conservation law topics.
Michaud says as the field continues to grow, there will be an increased demand for folks who understand the importance of wildlife and outdoor environmental regulation.
They expect about 1/3 of their officers to retire within the next 3 years. So that's a huge opportunity for our students. And as I mentioned, we're one of the very few schools in New England that will be offering this degree.
Students who finish the 4-year program can apply to the Maine Criminal Justice Academy. Michaud says this is beneficial for graduates who are interested in joining the Maine Warden Service or other law enforcement agencies.
So when they graduate with a bachelor's degree and they're certified law enforcement in the state of Maine. Now, if they're going on the warden service, what they would do is go back to warden school in a few months.
On-campus classes for the new degree program will start on August 29th as part of the upcoming fall semester. In Bangor, I'm Sierra Jordan reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, America is grieving the 4th of July shooting at Highland Park in Illinois. We'll have the latest details.
And Russian President Vladimir Putin declares victory in an eastern Ukrainian region as citizens continue to fight and protect their land and families. We'll have those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery. And now your choice of queen, foam, or innerspring mattress, only $2.99. Take home this Ashley recliner, also only $2.99. Only at the Furniture Gallery.
I'm 82 years old and I have collapsed arches, which means the first thing that hits the ground is the bone in my arch. I came to Comfort Shoes 4 years ago because I couldn't walk without pain. And she spent so much time on my feet getting the right shoe, and we finally found the right pair. Once you made these orthotics for me, I have no pain. These are so comfortable. I have no discomfort. I feel like I could go running, and I thank you and Comfort Shoes for that.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do Rhino linings. We can Rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine, inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. So You Think You Can Dance is back, and you can watch anytime. The dance competition series that launched 1,000 careers.
That's what we're looking for.
Is back with new talent.
It's always been my dream to be on this show.
Ow! New judges.
You have a gift.
And new inspiration.
No matter what I do, I'm just gonna dance.
Are you ready? So You Think You Can Dance. All new Wednesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
The best value for your money is always at the Furniture Gallery. And now, during our Summer Sizzler sale, your choice of style, sofa, and love seat for an incredible low price of $9.99. Only at the Furniture Gallery.
If you've been injured in an accident, tell them you mean business.
Authorities filed charges on Tuesday against the suspect in Monday's mass shooting at a 4th of July parade in a Chicago suburb. Officials also confirming Tuesday that a 7th victim has died from injuries sustained in the attack. Fox's Mike Tobin has the latest from Highland Park, Illinois.
Authorities in Illinois charging the suspect in Monday's shooting, 21-year-old Robert Cremo, with 7 counts of first-degree murder and asking a judge to hold him without bail. The state attorney says dozens more charges are expected. Police also revealing Tuesday that they had previous run-ins with Cremo in 2019.
A family member reported that Cremo said he was going to kill everyone, and Cremo had a collection of knives. The police responded to his residence. The police removed 16 knives, a dagger, and a sword from Cremo's home.
Despite that concerning behavior, police say they did not have probable cause at that time to arrest him. Fold-out chairs, bikes, and other belongings still sitting along the parade route in Highland Park Tuesday morning, left behind as people realized what was happening and scrambled to get to safety.
This guy throws his daughter under my chair, dives on top of her, and his face is like 2 inches from my face. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, active shooter.
Investigators believe Cremo had been planning the attack for weeks, though they have not figured out his motive. Police say he climbed to the roof of a business before firing more than 70 rounds at the crowd below. Then he allegedly blended in with the crowd fleeing the scene, wearing a wig and a dress to conceal his identity. America's latest mass shooting happening on the same day people celebrated its founding and ideals, reigniting the conversation about what can be done to prevent these tragedies.
We got to be smarter as a country in terms of who has access to what, and in particular assault weapons.
The assault weapon ban was implemented in 1994. It lasted for 10 years, and studies have shown that mass shootings like what happened yesterday went down during those 10 years. We should have that same ban in Illinois and beyond.
Police say Cremo had 5 weapons, and they were legally purchased in Illinois within the past year. In Highland Park, Illinois, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
And here at home, Governor Mills has ordered the United States and state of Maine flags lowered to half-staff through Saturday, July 9th, in honor of the victims of the Highland Park, Illinois mass shooting. This followed a proclamation by President Biden that also ordered U.S. flags be flown at half-staff for that same time period.
And the 4th of July, a day of celebration, turned into chaos in some of America's biggest cities, including Philadelphia and New York. Fox's Molly Line has more.
A celebratory night interrupted by fear and fleeing spectators as gunfire erupts during a 4th of July fireworks show in Philadelphia. 2 uniformed police officers working the big event were wounded but survived. Miraculously, a bullet was recovered from the hat of a highway patrol officer who was grazed in the head. The other officer hurt was a member of the Montgomery County Bomb Squad. Both were treated and released from a local hospital. It's unclear if the officers hit were specifically targeted.
It's still too early to tell. We don't know if this was ricochet from celebratory gunfire. We don't know if this was intentional. We don't know if this was someone taking a shot intentionally at these officers from long range.
Evidence markers littered the street near downtown Minneapolis last night as investigators worked to gather information following a shooting at Boom Island Park, where people had gathered to celebrate the holiday. 8 people are hospitalized, several in critical condition. And there was no pause in the violence plaguing New York City, with dozens of people shot throughout the holiday weekend. From July 1st to July 4th, more than 50 people were wounded and 9 killed in various incidents across the boroughs, including 2 young men who died after a confrontation inside a Brooklyn bodega. Police releasing video of one daylight shooting from Saturday, showing 2 men climbing out of a gray Honda, one repeatedly firing his gun at a 19-year-old riding a scooter. The victim died. New York City Mayor Eric Adams, whose experience as a former police officer featured prominently in his campaign, says crime is the #1 thing on the minds of New Yorkers.
This national problem is played out on our streets. We are making the right adjustments, we're moving in the right direction, and we're going to win this battle.
The weekend wave of violence has left investigators hunting for suspects as efforts continue to get the guns off the streets. In Boston, Molly Line, Fox News.
Meanwhile, abroad, Russian President Vladimir Putin is declaring victory in the eastern Ukrainian region of Luhansk, one day after Ukrainian forces withdrew from their last remaining bastion of resistance in that province. Russia has ramped up its shelling in the Donbas region in recent days, but that has not stopped Ukrainian civilians from helping the military effort. Fox's Nate Foy has more from Lviv.
This was a marketplace in the eastern city of Sloviansk. Local officials say a Russian strike killed at least 2 and injured 7. 46 miles west, Lysychansk is destroyed as Russia takes full control of Luhansk province.
This is an historic day.
Finland and Sweden are now official NATO invitees. Their bids await legislative approvals with a unanimous vote necessary. Russian President Vladimir Putin promises to respond in kind to any military threat. As Russia targets all of Donbas, across the front line, a Ukrainian-American businessman who spent the past 30 years in Cleveland is delivering much-needed supplies to Ukrainian forces.
What drives me in general is the fight for our country.
Ihor Koval and his children established an American branch of the charity Evil Cannot Enter Heaven, connecting American donations to Ukrainian soldiers.
You wish to stay alive, but at that time I don't care because it's anger as well in your mind.
A level of anger previously unknown to this former businessman.
I would never thought in my life that I would have that feeling that somebody's going to die and I'll be happy. But that's war, you know, war turns everything around in people's minds.
Ihor's making his 7th trip into Donbas on Wednesday. He's bringing boots, life straws, and camel bags. He says he's come within 600 yards of Russian shelling in his previous trips. Reporting in Lviv, Ukraine, I'm Nate Foy, Fox News.
Meanwhile, Americans are still dealing with higher prices just about everywhere they shop, and there seems to be little relief at this point. That pain is showing in the president's approval rating. He says his administration is doing all it can to help consumers, and he'll have more to say on how he's dealing with the economy on Wednesday in Cleveland. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
President Biden is calling on oil companies and gas station owners to lower their prices, as simple errands like filling up the car or getting groceries are much more expensive.
The president is clearly not in control of the economic facts here.
Consumers should not be the first to pay and the last to benefit.
Inflation rates remain at 40-year highs, and the economy shows little improvement when the average American checks their bank account.
Be sure you have enough cash set aside to get through a few years no matter what.
A new Monmouth University poll found that nearly half of those asked said inflation and gas prices are the biggest concerns for their families.
Gas prices now, it costs more than milk.
You know, milk is what $3.99 almost. If it goes up anymore, we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a problem.
On the president's handling of his job, Monmouth found 58% say they disapprove.
Our economy is growing, but not without pain. I know it can be exhausting and unsettling, but tonight, I want you to know we're going to get through all of this.
Gas prices on average are at $4.80 nationally for a gallon of regular. Economists are warning, although they have come down from $5 a gallon, the high prices are here for the foreseeable future.
So certainly through this summer and probably through the rest of 2022.
Wednesday, President Biden is headed to Cleveland. His focus will be the economy. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, how a local organization is asking for gift donations to help children in need.
And in sports, Chad Finn of the Boston Globe joins our Dave Pack to talk the most recent Bruins hire and his unique perspective on covering Jim Montgomery as a Black Bear. We'll be right back.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
G-Force Entertainment and Kick-Axe Pub & Club present Draw the Line, the only official Aerosmith tribute band, Saturday, July 23rd, 9 p.m. Tickets available online now. G-Force Entertainment, bringing a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday all day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with French fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with French fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-headed pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
Something exciting is happening at Otelco. We've been talking about our investment in fiber internet a lot lately. $33 million invested, 455 miles of fiber to 43,000 main homes. Now we have even more good news. We're joining together with GoNet Speed and taking our mission to expand fiber to a whole new level. It's the fastest possible internet, and this is just the beginning. Visit otelco.com/good news to learn more.
The City of Stars is going full-on supernova for the Midsummer Classic. All the heavy hitters will be here. The blockbuster headliners, the square-jawed action heroes, the A-list of the A-list. So get ready, because the All-Star Game is back in Tinseltown, and we're rolling out the red, white, and blue carpet. Tuesday, July 19th on Fox.
G-Force Entertainment and Kick-Axe Pub & Club present Draw the Line, the only official Aerosmith tribute band, Saturday, July 23rd, 9 p.m. Tickets available online now. G-Force Entertainment, bringing a variety of entertainment to the Bangor Mall.
Airlines are picking up the pieces after a chaotic holiday travel weekend that saw thousands of flights canceled or delayed. Fox's Charles Watson has more from Atlanta.
I've never seen anything like it, and I've been traveling for a while.
Not everyone got the 4th of July experience they wanted. Thousands of air travelers were dealing with flight mirrors over the holiday weekend, with more than 20,000 flights delayed in the U.S. and almost 2,000 canceled. That left folks scrambling to find alternate ways of getting to their destinations, but it wasn't easy. Most reporting other airlines were fully booked or charging thousands of dollars for a single one-way ticket, meaning for some, the best option was to hit the road.
Probably drive and have a good experience and drive down to Florida because the price is too high.
Things were getting back to normal on Tuesday, but there were still more than 1,500 delays reported early in the day. Major airlines blaming a number of factors, including staffing shortages, with ongoing pilot strikes, both at home and around the world, making those shortages even worse. On Monday, pilots from Scandinavian Airlines walked off the job, complaining of low pay and hazardous working conditions, prompting the company to declare bankruptcy just 24 hours later.
If people then still don't come to the table, then yeah, at some point you do have to take this decision to go and take it to, unfortunately, an in-court process.
The TSA screened almost 2.5 million air travelers on Friday. The agency saying that's a post-pandemic record. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
After a July 4th celebration that looked much closer to what they did pre-pandemic, some local businesses say they saw a return to normal. Carissa Fifield says she has worked at the Portland Lobster Company for 16 years, and in her first year as their GM, she says the holiday weekend met their expectations.
We have a lot of staff who've been here for a lot of years, and we thrive when it's busy. That's what we want. We're happy when the deck is full. We're happy when people are coming in off the street.
But not all businesses have necessarily been thriving. Portland Discovery, the company known for trolley tours and sunset cruises, says numbers have been down for them throughout the summer so far. They expect that's due to the economy.
A local organization is asking for gift donations to help children in need. Our AJ Douglas spoke to organizers from the Maine Children's Home to learn how community members can celebrate Christmas in July.
It's a really big deal. We count on the community to provide these types of supports.
The Christmas in July initiative supports Maine Children's Home Christmas program, which helps deliver gifts to children in lower-income families throughout the winter. The mid-season gift drive started in Waterville, but later expanded throughout the state of Maine. Community members are encouraged to donate gifts to support 1,100 children ages 12 and under. MHC understands the holidays could be a difficult time for many families.
A lot of families that, it's a hard time of year for them around the holidays with heating costs and just everything going on. And now with COVID, it's put a lot of hardships on families. So this is just a way to ease that burden.
Some might ask, why start preparing for Christmas in July?
Most people aren't thinking about Christmas until after Thanksgiving, but we've already been packing boxes for about 6 to 8 weeks by then.
Because it is a little earlier, we try hard to make sure that we're like, it is for the holidays, but if they need it before then, it's okay for them to use it for that too.
With inflation on the rise, organizers from the Maine Children's Home say they understand it may seem difficult to give, but they want the community to know that every little bit counts.
A lot of people are getting worried about what the winter is going to look like. Fuel prices are, skyrocketing, and maybe helping somebody else isn't always the first thought. However, this is a very generous community, and people do give. We'll get dollar bills sent to us.
For those interested in volunteering for the Christmas program or learning what donations are needed, visit MaineChildren'sHome.org. In Waterville, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
It really just underscores how big their mission is, that campaign starts in July, where they start asking for donations. The need really has just never been greater.
Absolutely, yeah, and good to see them getting that message out, and hopefully lots of people flocking to help their cause early on.
Here's hoping. Yeah. All right, well, the full 5-day is coming up with Conrad, so stay with us.
We've been on a roll here, folks. Some upper 70s and lower 80s the last several days. Are those warm temperatures going to stick around? Yes or no? I'll have all of that coming up.
I served in the Army and was named the National Military Mother of the Year. I care deeply about our national security, and that's why I'm speaking out against the left's attacks on America's tech innovators. Their bill will empower China to beat America militarily and economically, and make it easier for Chinese hackers to steal our online data. I don't see how any Republican senator can support this liberal agenda. Tell Senate conservatives to reject the left's bill.
Now is the best time to get a great deal on a vehicle at #1 Van Sickle Kia. We have a great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles with payments and prices for every budget. Plus, we'll pay you top dollar for your late model vehicle, even if you don't buy from us. There's never been a better time to buy, sell, or trade at Van Sickle Kia.
The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. I'm Peter Van Sickle. I guarantee it.
Is this the new phone?
Yeah. With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer.
Any brand? With any size?
Mm-hmm. I got exactly what I wanted. Big screen, big storage. I cannot remember the last time I had so many different options.
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get any phone from any brand free.
Are you actually texting them?
I don't know. I just thought I would just...
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
What I want you to hear today is we're there to listen. We also understand that this is a really hard step to take. And so we're going to help guide you. We're going to listen. You can call us anytime, 24/7. We want to hear from you. We want to hear what you need. And we're going to try our best to help fill those gaps as to where you're having barriers or you're meeting challenges. We just hope you call.
Relive the most exciting moments from this year's most prestigious dog show.
That's the one!
The Westminster Kennel Club Highlight Show, Saturday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Happy 5th of July. Welcome back, everyone. So some more rain showers out there today. Not nice weather like we had the last several days with those warm temperatures and lots of sunshine. But these showers are pretty much lingering across the state. Right here is a little bit of a dry slot right now, but all of this will continue to fill in out there as the atmosphere continues to become more and more saturated out there. The good part about this is that it's not a massive low pressure system, just some showers that are starting to fill in out there, some lighter showers at that. No severe thunderstorms here today and tonight, but that rain will continue into tomorrow morning, then finally tapers off. And we have some more nice weather back by later on in the afternoon, and then that continues into Thursday. So finally, we are going to be clear from all that rain, but cloud cover will be sticking around the last couple of weeks. We've had a good amount of cloud cover. Some 70% of the sky has been covered with clouds, but the last couple of days, we're looking really nice out there. We were spoiled with that nice weather out there with just a few passing clouds and really nice and warm temperatures out there. So hopefully you guys went out and enjoyed yourself, maybe on the lake or maybe out there on the boat. But today, some more muggy weather out there as the humidity levels are high up there right now. Then we drop back down by tomorrow, some nice and pleasant weather. That continues into Thursday, and look what happens. We're riding up that roller coaster once again Thursday night into Friday as more rain and thunderstorms start to move in. And then perfect timing by the weekend, we're pretty much on the comfortable end, so won't feel as sticky out there walking outside. I know today I was out and about, and it really hit me how humid it is out there. At least those winds are calm out there at the moment. Not the same story closer to Bar Harbor, as there is a 10-mile-per-hour wind gusting near 20 out there. So those winds will continue to be on the breezy end closer to the coast, and then once again offshore. So if you're out and about on the boat, be careful because those waves will be pretty big out there. And because of that, we have a small craft advisory in effect until the afternoon hours on Wednesday. So that will be continuing out there with those really warm temperatures we had today in the 70s and 80s here in Bangor, with an 81-degree reading here in Bangor, 77 in Waterville. So nice warm weather besides all those clouds and rain and muggy dew points out there tonight. That will continue out there as we drop back down into the lower 60s. Tomorrow, some morning rain and then some decrease in clouds with temperatures in the mid-70s. And our 5-day extended outlook does show nice weather by Thursday, then more chances of rain by Friday. And that perfect timing clears out by the weekend with temperatures in the 70s. Beth?
Alrighty, thanks so much.
Yeah. And coming up next, we've got sports, plenty to talk about there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So stay with us.
Protect your boat with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company. With premium lift options and flexible configurations, there's a Shoremaster that's right for you. And their exclusive Whisper winch offers quiet operation. Shoremaster lifts are easy to install, but if you need it, Hammond can arrange professional installation. And delivery is available from any of Hammond's 21 locations statewide. Get back on the water quickly and easily and enjoy summer made simple with a Shoremaster boat lift from Hammond Lumber Company.
Ever wondered, wouldn't it be great if I could get my McDonald's chicken favorites with an extra kick of spice? Your flavor buds are in luck. Spicy chicken McNuggets are seasoned with cayenne on the outside and that juicy, all-white meat chicken on the inside. And the spicy crispy chicken sandwich is topped with a spicy pepper sauce. And suddenly, your flavor wish has come true. Our 10-piece spicy chicken McNuggets are back for a limited time. And our spicy crispy chicken sandwich is always here, always spicy. Add any size Dr. Pepper for just $1 more.
Whether you're hurt by a box truck or by any commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Come out on top. Call the Twos.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The sensible brother.
What would you do if you found the top half of a bikini? Smell it.
The Showstoppers. The Cooks.
Give me a seasoning a chef might name his daughter.
Nutmeg.
Don't do that to your baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
This year, there's a whole new season to love what we love.
Burnhouse. Winning. Racing.
I am NASCAR.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, by now, you've probably seen it. Former Black Bear Jim Montgomery is the new Bruins head coach. And to dive a little deeper into the hire, we're excited to bring in Chad Finn of the Boston Globe, formerly the sports editor of the Maine campus. Chad, you might have the most unique perspective on this out of everyone because you've covered Montgomery as a player when you were a student at Maine back in 1993.
I did, yeah, the 92-93 Maine team that's 42-1-2 and a part of college hockey lore. 30 years ago, it doesn't feel like that, but I guess the hair color and all that stuff tells a different story here. But I was really happy to see Jimmy get the job. You could tell back then that he was probably going to be on that coaching track whenever his playing career was over. May never have guessed the Bruins, but that's how it's turned out. And I think there's a lot of people in Maine rooting for him.
Now, your most recent column, of course, it was the look into Montgomery through the lens of his days at Orono as a player, kind of as a mentor to some of the younger guys, Paul Carrier, of course. So based on kind of that experience from you knowing him from way back when, how would you assess this hire here?
Yeah, I think it's ideal. I mean, the Bruins, when they introduce him as coach formally next week, will absolutely cite the fact that he's good with young players. That was one of their knocks in Bruce Cassidy. Whether or not you think Bruce Cassidy was scapegoated for other things, that's one of their rationalizations for changing coaches. And Montgomery has a long track record, going back to Denver, coaching with the Stars, and then as an assistant with the Blues last couple of seasons. But it goes back even further than that. At UMaine, he was a senior on that 92-93 team. When Paul Carrier was a freshman, Carrier was just 17 years old when he came on campus. They were comparing him to Wayne Gretzky. He was incredibly talented, but he also had things to learn. He had to kind of navigate being a couple thousand miles from home. You know, he's from North Vancouver. Had to get used to the expectations of being a college hockey superstar as a kid. And Montgomery, more than anybody else, helped him with that, to the point that when Carrier won the Hobie Baker Award after his 100-point freshman season, first thing that Paul did when he received the award Montgomery was sitting on the podium with him, and he thanked him for everything that he did for him that year. So Montgomery's track record with young players goes back a very long way.
Now, of course, that was like the alleged kind of issue with Bruce Cassidy, and you mentioned it. But was that one of the top, if not the top thing that Don Sweeney was looking for in this hire?
I think that's it. I hope he's not being set up to fail, honestly, Dave, because this is not an ideal situation he's coming into right now. Charlie McAvoy is going to be out for months to start the season. Patrice Bergeron is apparently coming back. Nothing's been formally announced about that, but it seems like he will be. But Brad Marchand won't be here. We don't know if David Pastrnak wants to be here for the long haul. So there are a lot of things that Montgomery's going to have to navigate that Bruce Cassidy didn't have to navigate with a veteran team these last couple of years.
I wanted to pick your brain a little bit because 30 years ago, I'm sure you have some stories, maybe some memories of that 93 season traveling with them. Is there any particular story, memory of Monty or Correa or even Walsh that stands out to you?
Yeah, the Walsh one, I mean, I was so fortunate to cover him as a young reporter because he was brash, he was accessible, he would say anything, and he would give you the time of day as a young reporter, which is really all you're hoping for. It was a journalistic lesson every day. But I remember one time I referred to him in the main campus newspaper as a snake oil salesman, that the kind of a con artist. It's what Sports Illustrated had called him. And he calls me up on the phone. He's really mad. And he's like, what the heck? Heck, he didn't say heck is a snake oil salesman. I was like, it's somebody who tries to pull the wool over people's eyes. And it was really quiet on the phone for a second. And then he's like, oh, all right, practice is at 4. Like, things like that just didn't rattle him. He didn't get bothered by insults. He just wanted the attention. And I feel really fortunate to have covered that whole team, Sean Correa and Jim Montgomery. And it's nice to have that flashback to them this week.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you for coming on. Appreciate the time. And for everyone, check out the column on the Boston Globe. Chad, thank you very much for hopping on here.
Hey, thanks, Dave.
All right, Chad Finn, and again, you can find his stuff on the Boston Globe. Also, got to think he has a lot more stories covering the golden years from Maine hockey. He's just keeping them to himself, maybe not suitable for TV. All right, let's transition now to another Mainer who's writing his own story on the basketball court and check in with Cooper Flagg and Team USA. Flagg and his team closed out group play at the FIBA U17 World Cup on Tuesday afternoon, beating Mali 112-64 to remain undefeated. Flagg scored 9 points while grabbing 5 rebounds along with 4 blocked shots. Team USA will next face Egypt in the round of 16 on Wednesday. And tip-off for that one is scheduled for 12:15 Eastern Time, and we will have coverage of that as well. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Sitting outside for your morning coffee, the sounds of the birds and the feeling of that warm breeze around you. Hey, this is what summer is all about.
And right now, get 15% off on all outdoor furniture.
Experience the outdoors at Jordan's.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
The signs of spring are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And the flowers bloom with warmer days on the horizon. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort with the changing of the seasons. With a push of a button on a Fujitsu heat pump, you're ready for whatever spring brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
We're lucky to live in Maine. We have a wealth of natural resources, hardworking people, and time for the things that matter. Mechanical Services is all about Maine, with energy efficiency that protects our environment and helps businesses grow. Preventive maintenance and energy solutions that save money.
How Maine is that? Mechanical services. We're everywhere you are in Maine.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
All right.
F is family.
We have family business to discuss.
We're getting a puppy?
No.
Then I'm not sure I care. X is love.
Sweet dreams. Love you.
Love you too, because you're my mom.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
Grilling and playing yard games, stories and s'mores around the fire pit. Soak up every minute of the season with your friends and family.
And right now, get 15% off on all outdoor furniture.
Experience the fun at Jordan's.
Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
Welcome back. Famous entertainer Rihanna is the youngest female self-made billionaire. That, according to Forbes' list of the 100 richest self-made women. Not all of the women on the list are billionaires, but when it comes to those making $1 billion or more, Rihanna is the youngest. She's 34 years old and makes $1.4 billion. According to Forbes, most of the money comes from her work in the world of music and cosmetics.
Well, switching gears a bit, the answer to a safer hood may just be more dogs. A new study finds that neighborhoods with more dogs experience lower rates of homicide, robbery, and aggravated assaults compared to neighborhoods with fewer dogs. Researchers from Ohio State University say an important part of deterring crime has to do with high levels of trust between neighbors. But crime dropped even further in high-trust neighborhoods with the presence of more dogs. Their results suggest that people having to walk their dogs puts more eyes on the street, which discourages both violent and nonviolent crimes. The study was conducted in Columbus, Ohio, and was published in the journal Social Forces.
Some very interesting research there. Well, finally tonight, it sounds like something you would hear about here in Maine. One moose in Utah cooled off from the heat while having a little bit of fun. Video from the Utah Department of Natural Resources shows the moose jumping around and making a big splash on Sunday at a reservoir in Utah. The moose then comes out and re-enters the water on the other side. Once done, the moose then made its way into the canyon, and always a spectacle when you get to see one of those things up close. They are always much bigger than you think they are.
Yeah, that definitely goes without saying, but it's interesting to see such a huge animal kind of frolicking around in the water like that, you know, looking pretty jovial for that matter, and some gorgeous scenery there in Utah as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to that moose this past weekend as it was really, really warm.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to see some continued warmer temperatures as well. So it's going to be commingled with a little sprinklage
as we
previously discussed. Yes. All right.
All right. Well, that's all we have for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in and have a great rest of your evening.
Good night, everybody.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
If you suffer from foot pain, ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, even lower back pain, if just standing causes aches, soreness, and fatigue, the problem could be your feet.